Thanks for stopping by and meeting us out here in the wilds of the Northwest, in upstate Idaho, as I like to call it. This vehicle over here is what you stopped by here for today for news, because last video, if you didn't check it out, we had some issues with the engine. And by the way, if you're new, my name is Uncle Jake. This here's Dr. Torque. This is the 1999 Jeep Grand Cherokee, so we're partying. I didn't even say
Jeep what?
Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Okay.
It's cold. I can't talk right. So we're here today to talk about what we're going to do about the engine problems. And the engine problems were discovered when we did compression checks and then put a little scope in there. But there's something that's really bad about these Jeeps that happens a lot. And here to tell us about it is Dr. Torque himself.
Well, this is the first year that they put the new 4.7 liter V8 engines in anything from Chrysler Corporation. And apparently that year and years following, they used a compressed steel, powdered steel valve seat in these, pressed into an aluminum head.
Probably sounded like a great idea at the time.
It's snowing right here.
It is snowing all over.
And apparently when they got too hot, the valve seats thought they liked to fall out of place and blow into a bunch of pieces and tear up cylinders.
And then they wanted to share, so they spread it around the rest of the cylinders.
Yeah, they could go back up through the, if it was an intake seat that was missing, the chunks could go back up into the intake manifold and spread out to other cylinders and stuff. So this one has one cylinder that's completely dead, like no compression at all, and two that are low. We'll
put a link at the end of that one, because when we turned it over, when we got on that one, I didn't even think it was turning over. You had to tell me. I was like, I don't think it's working. You're like, oh, it's working, and it's not working at all. Is we have a decision that has been made on the future of this vehicle and this build, this project, and what exactly is going to happen. And it's going to happen pretty soon, right?
Yeah, I'm scheduled for next Wednesday, I think.
What is it?
We've ordered an engine that I'm going to pay somebody else to put in, because this isn't quite working in my driveway weather.
Well, yes, to be out here sweeping the lawn.
I was sweeping. Yeah, I guess I have a broom.
Sweep your lawn, man. Yeah.
Jake, I don't sweep my lawn. I use the snowblower.
No. Duh. Well, as you can see, it's a little bit chilly and a little bit tough for working on vehicles and stuff right now, too. So we've got that added on. So having a shop do it, but it's going to be a Jasper. Yeah. Which is pretty exciting.
Ordered a Jasper engine, which is supposed to have regular steel valve seats and other things in place to make it so that doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with Jasper, well, a lot of times what Jasper does is they take an engine, transmission, whatever it is, find the existing problems that are consistent, and then they figure out a way to fix those, or actually do some really cool stuff. So, like this one, let's get rid of those stupid things that explode and ruin your engine. So that's kind of exciting, and they got a nice warranty. We've heard good things about them. We haven't had any of their engines.
This will be my first,
This is the first one. We'll see you in a couple days. Hey, that works pretty good. It is like the next day after, the next day. Doesn't even matter. What's important is that we're about to have something very exciting, because this man right here has made a decision on what's happening with this vehicle. Hence, out in the snow, in his shorts, of course, on a cold day, about to start this up. And he doesn't look excited, but he is. He's very excited. What is happening today?
I'm gonna try to drive this to the shop to get the engine replaced.
Yeah, so exciting. Even if we didn't have the engine replaced, exciting because we can take it's not a 8-cylinder, it's a
something like 5.5.
A 5.5 cylinder. You didn't know they made those, did you? 5.5 cylinders. So we're about to start this baby up and take it down for the old yield engine swap. But in here, you have some goodies. What do you have in here?
There's a new power steering pump and a rebuilt starter. And then there's like a power steering hose and a power steering filter and an oil filter. One of those oil filters I talked about in the last video.
That's right.
I have a few of those.
That's why we had to get this. And some oil. Sweet. So now we're going to attempt to do this. I'm going to follow him in the Raptor. We're going to see if this starts and warms up. And we were debating, is it better to warm it up and drive it? Would it run better warm, or would that destroy the engine? Stay tuned and find out. Start your engine.
Think it's gonna work?
Oh, it's totally gonna work. Runs like a champ. I don't even know what the problem is. Oddly enough, I mean, it sounds like it is missing a little bit, but it doesn't sound like it's missing to the extent that it's actually missing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, listen to that. Would you know that it has only 5.5 cylinders? You can feel it?
Yeah.
Rough, huh?
Yeah, it's been definitely running rough. But
Right.
anyway.
So let this warm, and I'll just tell you straight there, huh?
Yeah.
We're the pursuit vehicle. Let's get the phone out in case there's calling needs to happen. There he is back there. See him in the mirror? All right, here we go. I didn't get the Raptor stuck. As if I could get the Raptor stuck. Holy smokes, driving behind him, it smells like a lot of gas. Just like we said before, his Jeep is gassy. Very bad cases with gases. There it is, taking up the road. We are turning in. I was like, no problems. Like piece of cake. Oh man, it even comes in a fancy crate with their colors.
Yeah, they want the old engine back, so
Oh, they do?
it's a good enough
Oh,
crate that it you can just put the old one back in it.
that's cool. Oh man.
So here's the install kit. We'll open that in a minute.
Install kit, huh? Wow, that's pretty heavy duty plastic too.
You ready?
Yeah, the big reveal.
Huh.
It's very heavy plastic. Whoa, look at that. Wow. Ratchet? Do you get to keep the ratchet strap?
Nope, probably not. I think it
No,
probably,
it probably goes back.
goes back with the core.
Wow. Pretty dang exciting.
So I checked these rockers out. And
Yeah,
they do
what
come
were
with
you
the newer one.
Okay, explain that. The newer.
So in the original one, there was a hole right at the top of this dome, and it was a fairly large hole, and it just squirted oil up. But they found it wasn't, lubing the camshaft quite adequately.
Because it just sprayed up against the valve cover and then just
Yeah,
sort of
we kind of
dripped back down.
sprayed it wherever, but they've made it so it's actually further down there, pointed directly at the cam lobe,
Wow.
and it's a smaller orifice, so it sprays harder.
Ah. So one of the updates you get with this engine and the Jasper, I mean, that's kind of the whole thing, right? When you buy a Jasper, is you want their updates, and that's one of them. One of them.
One of them, and then the other is they've supposedly have fixed the issue that would cause the drop valve seat,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that they used a regular steel seat instead of a powdered steel, and then supposedly did something to stake it in place so it can't fall loose. But I haven't seen what they do. They kind of keep all that stuff secret.
They do. They won't share that.
So those are the two things I know about this engine that have been
Compare
changed.
Size and shape of old oil pan and timing cover to the new. If different, you may need to change.
Jerks.
What's this one? Charges apply for damage or missing straps. Oh, you do have to send,
Send the strap back.
back.
It's probably a $100 strap.
Yeah, I'm sure of it. Looks like it.
Now look at this over here, Jake.
Whoa! Well, that's cool. Let me see if I can get that down in there. Where's that? Uh-huh. How about that, huh? That's cool.
It's painted gray. I would have expected black, but
Oh, right. It is gray. It's a little hard to tell in here in the darkness. That is shiny. Nice bicycle chain here.
yeah.
Wow, what do you think?
Well, it's gray.
Yeah,
It's got the rocker arms I wanted. Other than that, it's an engine. hopefully rebuilt well.
yeah.
So clean the intake.
Clean the intake.
Everybody's like, "Well, just buy a new one." you can't buy a new one anymore.
They're not
Chrysler
available.
stopped selling them, so all I can find is used. And I already have a used one. And then this is the installation kit that we ordered from Jasper. It comes with lots of...
So this doesn't come with the engine? You have to
No,
order it
this is
separate?
separate.
And so, yeah, what the heck is in an installation kit?
That's a good question. We're gonna find out. A list of what's supposed to be in here. Water pump, air filter, spark plug boot, oil filter.
Plug boot, a boot?
Yeah, oil filter, fuel filter.
Okay.
Oh, fuel filter, really? Spark plugs, hose clamps, radiator hose, another radiator hose, a new serpentine belt, thermostat, PCV valve, and radiator cap.
Wow, radiator cap. That's just some interesting things. One boot.
Thought there were supposed to be gaskets in here. Spark plugs, hose clamps, radiator hoses. This big box here is probably the fuel pump. Radiator cap. I ordered an intake gasket because it's a special one. We'll insert a picture of that in the video right here at this point.
Bam. That's it.
So that's what came from Jasper.
So that's what comes in a Jasper kit, the engine, the install kit. Stay tuned next time for the actual testing. We got to break it in. We got to see what we think. We got to find out if all that money was worth it. We hope so. Yeah, when the golden Jeep rides again.
Golden Jeep.
The
Wow.
golden Jeep. That's its name, unless we think of another one.
Stay gold, pony boy.
Stay gold, pony boy. All right, check out the next video. If you want to go back on the first ones, when we grabbed this thing, we found out that there were some holes in this, not in the cylinders, but in the valves that didn't work. The compression tests were awesome. Have yourself a great rest of the day. We love you. We're going to take out the fist bump, a friendship. We'll see you next time. Pow. You know they do those crazy changes where they like flip the camera and go, and then they're back somewhere else? We're going to try that.
A lot of people do your fist bump of friendship kind of a thing. They go,
oh.
and then when they pull their hand back, it's like
The next day?
the next week or
We never
whatever.
thought about that. We usually go out with the fist bump of friendship, but here we're going to do a, what is it? Get to the chopper. Oh, sweep the leg.
from
From
Karate Kid.
Karate Kid. Sweep the Jeep. All right, good thumbnail. That's perfect. That's perfect. Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. There you go, Joel. You can't ask for better quality pictures than that, Joel, for a thumbnail. Where's this video going?
Woo!